Live your life like a game zone, grab the control. No hands, no cheats, boy, get in the zone. Take a journey to a new world, make it your home. Never fall into the trap, leave the princess alone. So armor up, load up, and come back and start gunning. Look at the bad guys now, they all running. It's a smash button, nothing you can do but ask. Cause in the last dozen, just got a flash, kick that. Cause in the blast wasn't even a pass, the class wasn't. Must be in the game, yeah, you know they love it. Screen buzzing the black and white TV, cousin. Me, Mark, and GT3 need to speak. Cause Atari flat screen on the floor, TV, cousin. Women in front of the screen, you gotta scream. Cause I'm about to get up in this game, I got a dream. Cause I'm about to get up in this game. Get in the game, get in the game. Get in the game, get in the game. Get in the game, get in the game. Game over.
YouTube, it's your 24-bit gamer here. Haven't had a big chance to do much of my videos as of late. It's been really busy with work and doing a lot of pickups and stuff, so it's been a little bit of a hectic month. But I'm finally getting my chance to get together and do a pickup video for you, and very soon you're going to be seeing a double feature and my second game review, which will be coming out soon. But this right here is going to be Pickup Volume 4. So I'm just going to get it going because there's quite a bit of stuff here that I gotta get through. So we're going to start off with a $5 little purchase. This is just an SNES cleaner. Anytime I find a cleaner, I always pick it up. It's they're usually fairly inexpensive, and it's great to clean out your systems. You know, you don't use them too often, but when you do get your hands on them, I suggest just grabbing them. It's awesome. It does come complete. As you can see here, it's got everything in it, plus the little wipers for the games itself. So that's definitely a good thing. Next, we have a Genesis Game Genie.
Something incredible is happening that will give Sega Genesis even more power. Game Genie now works with your Sega Genesis system in most games, like Sonic the Hedgehog, Kid Chameleon, Toe Jam, and Earl. Game Genie for Sega Genesis. Excellent!
Now, I managed to get this one free just by bundling a few things together. The things that I wanted ended up being like, I think it was $25. And I bundled everything together and paid $25 for the whole lot. So this being the only Game Genie except for the Game Boy that I don't have, happy to get my hands on this, and it came with the book and everything, so that's definitely a good thing. Next, we're going to do my Xbox and my PS2 pickups, and this is original Xbox, of course, but I picked up Burnout Takedown, which I played a lot when I was younger. Enjoyed it quite a bit, so I saw it for $3, had to pick it up. Next, I got it from EB Games through their PS2 titles that they have. Black, awesome first-person shooter for the PS2, probably the first first-person shooter that I really enjoyed. So I had to pick that one up. I'm pretty sure that one was $5, $5 or $6. It was fairly inexpensive, which not bad for EB Games because EB Games is notorious for really overpricing things. Finally, at the flea market, for $5, and he was asking 10, so I talked him down to 5, but SSX on Tour. Probably the only SSX game that I really enjoyed, excluding the new one, because the new one was pretty fun too, but this one particularly I enjoyed a lot and spent a lot of time the winter that I was living out in Banff. So awesome little pickup, pretty happy about that. Next, you may have seen it in the background before, but I didn't mention it. We got a nice little Bowser plush. This one has a little bit of a tear on the neck, but we can get that fixed up pretty easily. I think we only paid $5 for it because of that little tear, so always happy to get a little toy or something like that to put on display. Okay, so this is going to be some of the newer things that we got, like for the newer systems. A lot of these are full price, if not full price, a little bit less. I'll mention which ones are full and which ones aren't, but we got for the Wii U, the only other game that I really wanted to get at the moment, Monster Hunter 3. Fairly decent game. Pretty epic battles, and it's like a little weird. They don't have health bar systems for the enemies that you're fighting. It actually goes by like the enemies will be limping if you're really starting to get them hurt, and it's a good game. Capcom, right? So I mean, Capcom never really does you too wrong, but still was full price. Don't know if it was worth the full price, but definitely good. Next, we didn't pay full price on this one. I think we only paid $10, but we got the orange box. Great game. I'm not into Half-Life really, or whatever the other game is on there, but Q&A really wanted to get her hands on Portal 1 before she played Portal 2. So we found it, picked it up. She beat it in pretty much like a day. It didn't take her too long, or she's really close to beating it anyway. Great game. I've never played the Portal series, so to see it played, I'm amazed. It looks like a really good game, and which basically brings us on to our next purchase, which we did pay full price for, $19 for Portal 2. So I am looking forward to seeing how this game is and having a full-length game based on that whole mechanic. So really cool games, pretty happy about them, and building up the Xbox 360 collection, because that's kind of been a bit of a goal of mine since I picked one up. Don't have a lot of games, but working on it. Nothing compared to my PS3 anyway. So I got these from my friend Nathan. So thanks, Nathan. But he gave them to me for free because he knew I used to have all the games or all the songs downloaded before I was really collecting games, and it's nice to have these back in the collection. Rock Band and Rock Band 2. I've got about 500 songs downloaded or something like that, so it's nice to be able to play through them again, and it's money not wasted when you actually get a chance to play them. So happy he grabbed me those. Next, I picked up for $3. I don't know anything about this game, but Nier. If you know anything about this, please let me know. It's going to be a while before I can actually play it, if it's a decent game or not, but just from reading the back, it sounded decent. And for $3, it's at least worth a try. But I mean, throw some comments down. Let me know if this is a decent game or not, because I have no clue, and would actually like to hear about it before I actually start sitting down and trying to play it, which will probably be a year from now. Last ones that I picked up, the Darkness. I also have the Darkness 2. I didn't bring it with me over here. It's over on the shelf there. I kind of forgot to grab it. But the Darkness is a great game. It's the Darkness creature itself is voiced by Mike Patton, who is the lead singer of Faith No More, and that's the reason why I tried this game in the first place. I have been looking for part 1 of the game for a while now. Managed to come across it just across the street at the Entertainment Exchange. Again, a great place for used movies and music, but you can even find some decent games there, and for really reasonable prices. This one only cost me $5, so awesome game, lots of fun. Not great replay value on it, but it's good to forget about it for a year or two and then just pick it up and play it again, because it is an awesome game. Last one I'm going to show here, I do have the first one, and I was a huge fan of the first one, like a big fan of it. It freaked me out. There's a couple scenes in there, I don't want to get into details of what happened, but they actually like legitimately scared me. And it's really hard for a game to do that these days. This one, not so much. I did play it and beat it, but it's still a good game, and that's Condemned 2. The first one, again, amazing game. I got it, and I urge you, if you find it, you'll find it for $4. Just buy it and give it a shot. It is a really fun game. Part 2, again, not quite as good or as creepy or anything, but still a really decent game. And this one I only paid, I think, $7.99 on the game, so it really wasn't that bad. It didn't really dip into the pocket too much. Okay, so we're going to go into the PS3 games here, and we're going to start off with Dragon's Dogma. Picked this one up for Q&A. I knew she'd like this style of game, and I was pretty sure she'd want to give this one a shot, and sure enough, as soon as she got it, she got addicted to it right away. Another one that's got some pretty epic battles in it. It reminds me a lot of like Lost Souls, where you die constantly in it, because she died quite a bit at the very beginning. And as soon as she got leveled up, it was a little bit easier for her, but I mean, there's still just as much risk to going and completing a mission and dying as there was at the beginning of the game. It just, you're a little bit more equipped with it. And anyway, it is a good game. I suggest picking it up, because right now it's only going for like $24, and it took almost a year for that to go from $24 to, or from about $44 used to $24 used. So definitely worth it in my opinion. Now for $8, I picked up Just Cause 2. I'm a Squares collector, so any type of Square game I generally try and pick up, good or bad. This one being not bad, it's right in the middle. It's not like one of their epically great games, and it's not one of the worst games that I've played either. Good game though. I mean, it's fun to play for an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then you have to put it down for a long time before you pick it up again. But lots of fun, great free roam environment, lots of guns, lots of vehicles. The parachute physics in this is a lot of fun too. I love going up to the top of the map, like as high up as you can go, and then jumping out and do some skydiving. It's fun. Good game, $8, can't complain with that. Next we got Burnout Paradise. Also a very good game. I enjoyed all the other Burnouts before this. This one being a free roam city, so you just kind of go up to to lights and you just burn out, like you do literally a burnout. Go figure. And it starts off the races. It's got more than just races. I mean, clearly, if you know Burnout, it's all about crashing and stuff. And same thing with this one, same thing. They have crash events and they have a couple new things that are in there. Fun game. The download's pretty decent too. It's a whole new map, so good game. And I think this one only cost me $4 or $5. It was worth it for me. Next, I've got Riptide, the Dead Island series. I love the Dead Island series. Now, most people are on either the side of I absolutely hate this game, or they love it. It doesn't seem to be any in between here. They're like, nobody is like, oh well, it's an okay game. Next, we have Deadly Premonition. I never played this game when it was on Xbox, but it's been remade as a director's cut just recently. I think only in a couple weeks, but within it being released, they've announced that they're not doing any more pressings on it. So if you find it, pick it up. It's going to be a rare one to find, and it takes the old game, fixes all the mechanics on it, and it gives you a further back camera view from the Xbox, because if you played the Xbox one, it's a really close in one, and that was one of the big complaints, is you couldn't see the enemies, and I'm going to show you a little scene of it right now. And then there's also this one where you get a nice panned view of it, so you really get to see everything. It's worth just that one moment right there. There is a couple points in this game where there's some like really annoying sounds when the creatures die. But I mean, you get over it. It does get annoying from time to time, but you do kind of deal with it because the game is good. It's a free roam horror survival game. Definitely pretty cool. Okay, so next I'm going to do a couple controllers that I've managed to pick up, and I've been looking for these for a while now. But Sega Genesis official 6-button controllers. I just never find them anywhere. I went into Microplay and found not one, but two of them going for $7 each, so this ended up costing me $15 for the two of them, and that's great. It's got a nice longer cable on it than the other Genesis controllers, plus the 6-button controllers are great for games like Mortal Kombat and Super Street Fighter. All these are great games for the Genesis, but if you only had the 3-button controllers, they sucked. They were horrible. So you find those and you're a Genesis collector or you enjoy playing Genesis games, just pick it up. It's worth it. Just for the extension alone. So next, also on the vein of Genesis, I picked up Alex Kidd. This is harder to find one, but not really expensive if you do find it. It's decent. It's not the best game. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Wonder Boy, and I like the Wonder Boy series, so I mean that's decent enough. It has items that you can equip, and it's fun. It's fun. I'll give it that much. For the $10 that I paid for it, it's worth it. I'll end up beating it. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Next is another controller that I managed to pick up, and this is a bigger one, so you're gonna have to bear with me here because it's boxed. But I've got a Sega Saturn control stick for driving and racing. So this one's pretty sweet. I paid $20 for it. I'm not sure what it's actually worth, but for the fact that it's boxed and it's a Sega Saturn, and I'm always looking for anything Sega Saturn, it doesn't matter what it is for that matter, like just Sega Saturn period, I pick it up. But 20 bucks on that was really sweet. Happy about that. We'll go with our last 5 things that I'm going to be showing here, which is 2 Nintendo games, 2 Super, and 1 GameCube. So first on the Nintendo, we got Monster in My Pocket. I remember this from when I was a kid. I can't remember if it was a TV show, but I do remember it being a toy line that you could pick up. Absolutely loved it when I was a kid, and my friend Kevin Baptiste had this game in his house, so I'd always go over and play this game with him, and it was lots of fun back then. I play it now, it's just kind of a cheesy little side-scrolling game. I don't know why I loved it so much when I was a kid. But either way, found it, so I had to pick it up. That was another $10 purchase. For $5, I managed to get myself a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. I used to have this game, even recently I used to have it, but my buddy, the 8-Bit MD, needed this game for his collection, and it was his birthday, so I gave him my copy of this game. But found it for $5, so sweet. Happy I got that one. Next is the Super Nintendo. We got Bart's Nightmare. This one cost me about $7 or so. It was bundled in with a couple other things, so I'm pretty sure it was around the $7 mark. It's a hard game. You basically are in Bart's dreams, and you have to go from finding his little homework pages all over the place. You jump into the page and you get 2 doors to choose from. You have to beat every single colored door, and each door is friggin' difficult. But either way, happy I got that for a decent price, because it was on my list of things that I needed to get. And also on my list that I can finally check off, because I have the one for Nintendo, it finally got the Super Nintendo version of it. Super Ghosts and Ghouls. Awesome game, lots of fun, really difficult, but not as difficult as the original, so that's sweet. It's got different upgrades where you can actually get a suit of armor, make things like a little bit easier for you, which, trust me, you need it for this game. But either way, managed to get it $10. I got this from Ravens, and if you haven't been to Ravens, check it out. They don't have the best selection of games, but they do have a decent selection, and they're not horribly overpriced, so I mean, give it a shot, see what you think, and write down there if you actually have been there. Let me know what you picked up from there, because I'm always interested in finding out what other people get from the same places that I've been at. Finally, from P&P Games, I've said it a million times, but P&P is by far one of the best video game stores in the city. I managed to get the collection of Zelda for the GameCube. Been looking for it for a while. It was a little pricey, but being a Zelda collector, it's the only game that I'm willing to shell out that extra little bit of money for. I love the original Zelda games, and this is just one of the 3 that I'm missing for the Zelda games. I'm missing this one, I'm missing 4 Swords, and for the GameCube, I have it for the Game Boy, and I'm missing the Master Quest of Ocarina and Majora's Mask, but I have it for the Wind Waker bonus. I just need to get it for the individual sale, or not for resale one. So that's my pickup for this month. It was meant to be a smaller pickup. It's still pretty large. I didn't get everything in there. I'm probably going to transfer a few of the things over because this is getting a little lengthy here. But keep in tune for the next month or so, because I'm going to be filming for my next double feature video and my next game review, which, if you didn't see it, had a little thing at the end of my last video, so check that out as to what the game is going to be. So either way, happy you were able to join me, and remember to always push the continue button.
Get in the game, 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 get in the game. Game over, get in the game, 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 get in the game. 24. Gamer.